Hello, hello, everybody. I'm trying a couple new settings today, so let's see how this pans out, shall we? How y'all doing today? What's up? There we go. Okay, so in preparation for the stream... Oh, even worse though. 1 second. I'll fix. No problem, I fix. Zoop. Yeah, do it for the other screen too. Which makes sense. There we go. But anyway, I basically ran back to the cabaret club in preparation for the stream and back to Porshine. And this cutscene started playing specifically for Shoko's event. So we will take a look at that. But I stopped as soon as I realized, oh, wait, it's doing something. Let me stop a sec here so that we don't progress too far before the stream happens. So, a couple things that we're going to talk about before we get started. First is what we're doing. Obviously, as I mentioned, we're finishing the Cabaret Grand Prix. We are going to try and set it up that we have all our platinums at level 30. And I'm gonna try and finish up Yua as well before we go to the next thing, which of course, you know, should happen naturally to our clean up to 30. But also something that came around the Twitter spheres got me thinking a bit, and I want to make sure that, you know, I at least, I don't know, I had thoughts. Not about the situation. I'm not even going to talk about it. Honestly, it doesn't involve me whatsoever. So what kind of 2 cents do I have in particular for that, you know? I don't have anything. So it's not, since I have no horse in that race, let's say, I won't speak on it, but it got me thinking about something else that I do want to talk about. So we will go ahead and do that probably while we're doing the leveling bit, because there's not much happening otherwise, now is there? It's a fun game, but it doesn't, you know, commentary is lacking, or is not really much to be had. Anyway, so let's get kicked off, shall we? And then we can talk. Looks like my controller timed out. So basically, the only thing that had happened when I walked in the door was, oh right, you know, Shoko's, I wonder what became of that thing. And then everyone's gathered around cheering. I assume Shoko won the special event thing. But obviously this is what happened. What's all the rockets? What's going on? Nice job. Oh, that was a lot shorter than I thought it was. Then again, most of it was already done, so... we're gonna try and get Yua up and running, who's all the way there in the corner. But that means we've completed everybody else. Let me just think about what I want to do first before I, So, first things first, tonight's shift. Let's take out people who, because since it doesn't matter how much I make, all that matters is levels. Let's take out people who are already max level. They are not worth keeping in play. And also getting money is not, you know, a high priority right now, so I'm gonna try and just knock out. And I'm obviously refreshing anybody who's not at smiley face levels. So we're kicking out max levels, and obviously for refresh, we're kicking out people that are... Yeah, let's do that. Let's have this one, and that will be that. Let me just make sure everybody's got... Yeah, okay. The point is that I wanted her to be funny, so that's why she looks... That's why she looks funny. Some of this stuff, though, is ridiculous. Ooh, actually, I wonder... I know I mean, she's not going to be out in the field right now, but... It drops her funny level, but I'm sure I can bring that up with something else, right? I mean, I have money to burn here, so let's hit it. Okay, so now we need something that'll up her funny levels. Wow, it dropped her funny levels a lot. Because, I mean, I guess it's okay that she's not that funny. But I'd like to have, that option. Like, for serious, though. Like, everything just drops the funny even further. Ah, here we go. But it drops her elegance. But I already got these, so I can add them. And then I can get something to... Because I had things that could raise elegance. There we go. That'll do. Let's change the color of the dress. Nope, wrong one. Alright, we have more hairstyles, which I could have done for the thing, but I'm gonna leave. Actually, you know what? I actually set them all up for... Oh, it drops the cute level, though. You know what? Yeah. No. I'll just keep the original hair color. No, we want to save this. There we go. Everybody's kind of dressed up in decent enough stuff. All right, I wanted to just either... I think it was the eyeshadow that bothered me, actually. Boys vs. Barbie dress up. Looks alright. You know what? I'll tone down her lip color. There we go. Now she looks a little bit better. No. There we are. Alrighty. It's weird that she's diamond level, yet I can't play her for... she's escorted already when she starts. I like... She got that skill. I like it. But not all of them get it, it looks like. Yua gets escorted too, though, so that's nice. Alright, let's ranking match for more level ups. Let's hit it. Alright, so... I hear what ends up happening is I keep hearing more and more specifically on yeah, there they are. Fine. But on people who are at least, you know, highly regarded in circles, you know, kind of being found out for being kind of either kind of or supremely shitty. And it got me thinking just about the fact that I wonder sorry, give me a sec here. Okay, looks like you're gonna hate whoever I give you, so one second, only because I got an important text here. Yo. So that was kind of an important text. My aunt's not doing so hot either. Alright, let me just... Oh god, two of these guys are just assholes. Anyway, but I also, like I said, I was thinking about myself and how I want not only to be and present myself, but I want to I don't know. Because I know, you know, all that stuff that I was listening to in the Twitter sphere over the, you know, before made me think, have I ever been that kind of asshole before, where I did something more for my own benefit than for anyone else? I'm gonna, because I need to switch that guy out because he wants you real bad. No one's asking for Yuki, so it's okay. There we go. And honestly, the amount of thought I put into specifically, what's it called? Okay, good. The amount of thought I put into wanting to be a good person, and probably me have been an asshole in the past, you know, and I could always kind of like write it off and say, hey, you know, I was young, I was stupid, I didn't know what I was doing, but I also don't want to come off like those are excuses, you know? I don't want to sit there and say, you know, Hey, yeah, no, everything's just fine. Good. You know, like everything's fine. It doesn't really matter. You know, anything I did, you know, is excusable because of my age or whatever at the time of, whatever, you know? But it's one of those things that, unfortunately, there's nothing I can do. To make things any better right now. It's just a matter of trying to be better and not being that much of a dick in any capacity anymore, if ever. Like I said, I'm not sure if I ever was one. I feel like I could have been, you know, in the past, but it's hard to tell, you know, hindsight. Of course, I'm sure that, you know, there's a number of people that probably could sit there and say one thing or another about, you know, certain situations or whatever. Like I said, the situation that I came across on Twitter, I'm not defending anything, I'm not even speaking on anything in specific on that. It's just got me self-reflecting, which honestly most situations should. Oh god, he doesn't like any of these girls. Wonderful. Fine, take this girl. Rather than, you know, heaping blame or whatever the heck, you know, I'd rather sit there and say, you know, and learn from it and become a better person myself and look at it from the perspective of, there we go. So if I'm ever not at my best, I would prefer someone call me out on that. Call me onto the floor, show me that I'm not doing what I could do to be the kind of person, the kind of, you know, support that I want to be. And it's yeah, no. Let's recharge you. I don't mind spending a lot of money at this point because the money is not what's important. I want the fans and the thing. But yeah, I've just been thinking a lot. It's been kind of weighing on me whether or not, you know. Basically, the thoughts can be summarized as that. Whoa. Okay. Could be summarized as that meme of maybe I'm the asshole, but it's one of those things where I'm legitimately asking the question, am I an asshole? I don't know. I would like to kind of adjust it to be better for it if I am, but I don't know. Okay, Yuki's lower level, so let's give her some extra money. So like I said, if you guys ever catch me taking a stance that either is not me, like I'm seeming a little weird, thus, you know, warning me at least, by the way, my account's been compromised, of whatever way, but also if I am not, you know what? Thank you. What's up, buddy? If you know, something I'm doing is not, you know, to my benefit, or to the benefit of the other person, like I'm again, if I'm the asshole, then please, you know, call me out on the floor on it. I'd rather know that I'm being unfair, a dick in one way, shape, or form, whether I'm intentionally doing it or not. because I'd rather adjust and be a better person moving forward than, you know, sit here and imagine that everything is perfect forever and will never change. Just thank you very much. I don't want to give him money. We'll give the girls money to recover, so make sure they're not tired for the next round, but yeah, I got 10k, which I think. But yeah, it's kind of what has been on my mind a lot, is, you know, what am I leaving behind, per se, you know? And not in the sense of like, I want everybody to remember me forever. In fact, I don't give a shit if everybody remembers me forever. If that happens, great. If it doesn't, I don't care. Honestly, most people will not be remembered at the end of the day. So it's not a big deal from my perspective that, you know, whether or not I'm remembered forever. But what I'd like to happen is that, you know, at least I don't taint other people's memories of me with actions that, you know, I thought were benign at the time, but were not, you know? I'd like to apologize. I'd like to atone. I've tried to do it whenever I'm, you know, in a world. Sorry, I'm bringing up the Yua stuff so that I don't have to play hardball here. But I want to be, like I said, you know, I'd rather improve on myself, whether it's, you know, and it has nothing to do really with much, just, it's my own self-reflection. I'm being stupid. I'm overthinking things. My ADD is just causing me to overthink things to some weird things, and I have no idea. Oh, I'm only on the second date? Jesus, okay. What? I know that, you know, some rich kids get cars as presents when they turn, you know, driving age, but holy... Who the heck gives, you know, a relative stranger, right, a freaking car? Can she even drive, though? But yeah, going back to my other conversation, you know, what do you guys think, chat? Am I overthinking this a little bit, or... I mean, maybe I am, but I think the conclusion I came to is still legitimate, in that, call me out when I'm being an asshole. I'd rather, you know, suffer and learn in that respect. So long as it, you know, I'm given the chance to learn. One of the things I don't like about, you know, the internet is the canceling thing, where it's just like, okay, if they don't want to learn, go ahead and cancel them. That's on them at that point. They need to learn. But if they're willing to learn, there's no reason to cancel a person when they're willing to be a better person, when they've brought, whatever, I'll use the word problematic thing comes back into play, whether it's because they were young, whether because they were uninformed, whether because they're just plain stupid, who knows. But if they're willing to learn, I'm not willing to cancel them at all. But if they're not willing to learn, then go ahead, cancel culture all the way, I don't care. But that's my point. Holy crap, woman. That's, yeah, I'm rich. feeling that Kiryu is, if he hasn't ridden a white horse, then he will at some point. I just have this feeling. Anyway. Let's see,
目の前にユアの理想の男がいるぜ。
え、桐生さん、白馬に乗られたりするんですか？
あ、いや、それはまだな。
Okay, so I was wrong in that respect, but that's okay.
残念です。それ以外の項目は完璧なんですけどね、桐生さんは。
そんなに白馬の項目が大事とは
な。でも、桐生さんが白馬に乗ってくれれば、完璧にユアの理想の人ですよ。
I mean, it would go well with my usually white suit. Though it's been considered gray for some reason. I guess it's not pure white, but you know, whatever.
頑張って乗りこなしてくださいね、王子様。
しかし客からの人気もかなりのもんだ。
Really does. She didn't need that much leveling before she came in all freaking, like, Yuki has the history, but she already comes in with, you know, a guy on her arm, and it doesn't take that long for that to happen.
どうしてそう思うんだ？
だってユはボンミスが多いんですよ。ドジっ子だし、細かい失敗もいい。
That's why I gave you the rabbit ears, because it makes you look cute.
困ってるのはお客さんの名前をよく間違えちゃうことなんですよね。
You know, me giving her the idol outfit, beyond the fact that she wanted to be an idol at one point, or was an idol at one point, I think everything kind of falls into place. I did a good job with the outfit design for her. You should really get the... Speaking of our conversation, yeah, you know, I'd rather try and fix issues. I'm not looking at chat right this second. I'll come back to it in a moment, just because I want to keep up the, Actually, what am I doing? Give me a second. I was gonna try and avoid this, but I can make it smaller. Oi. Choto. Yeah. There we go, because these are the only two I need left. Not in the right headspace. Oh, that's a shame, dude. Lots of stress, I assume, just the same as on me. Not the same stresses. Let me clarify.
ちゃんと指摘してくれる人がいてよかったな。あれあれあれ？
どうかしたのか？
早速ですけど、この漢字読めないな。
仕方ないな、ユアは。どれ？俺が教えてやろう。
うわ、ありがとうございます。
Which one is it? Do I? Oh, so it is a hard kanji. Okay, I was kind of half expecting. I was half expecting that it was going to be an easy one because she's, you know, clumsy, you know. What made him go to that out of curiosity as an educated guess? I'll have to get a white horse first, apparently, but that's okay. Yeah, the only reason I haven't been to a stream show is because you're playing games that I want to try and play at some point, and I don't want to get spoiled. Otherwise, I'd totally be there, bro. You know it. But I know that's probably not the only thing you're focused on. I'm just bringing it up. Okay. So we're gonna change the lineup real quick. Oh, Yua needs a break. Wonderful. And we're taking out Shoko because she's max level. Because again, I do not need money. That is not the point of this. She's refreshed. She's fresh. Sure, why not? We'll go with this lineup. Well, I know. I know it's not what you're focused on, but I'm just bringing it up. I'm very much aware that it, you know, that in and of itself is not what you're focused on. I got you. But in any case, everyone loves talking to the headmistress. My one issue with her is the fact that she's got wait, she doesn't get tired anymore. Yes, wonderful. That's great. Okay, you are at least decent with her, so I will leave her in your lap. Have fun. Not literally, I don't want that to happen. Let's go. You know, my old ladies get a lot more traction than anyone else. I'm gonna start skipping those cutscenes because we want to try and get everybody leveled up. You got a lot of HP, so roll with it. Aww. That was the first time that that's ever happened. Okay, yeah, let's swap that out. Go, the very least, from unhappy to... Well, yeah! Wait, why are you unhappy? Okay, for a sec, it must have been a weird switch issue. Okay, you're at least... yeah, I figured that the dono goal was the specific thing. But it's related in the fact that, you know, your advertising of the dono goal outside of Twitter, and the easiest way to get to the dono goal is specifically going to, you know, people popping in your stream and seeing the dono goal. That's the only reason I brought it up. That's why it came to me that way. Not that it's relevant in any way, shape, or form, but... She has enough HP to be able to take that. And that'll help propel specifically a lot of this, so we can get fever time. Okay, she kind of needs a break. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Get level 3. I know that they're not happy, but that's fine. That's fine. I'm trying to give my people enough.
会計ですね。
ありがとうございました。
いらっしゃいませ。お客様。お会計ですね。
Oh man, Mariko's really tired.
ありがとうございました。盛り上がりましょうか。
ようこそ。当社に。お会計ですね。
I'll do that. It's fine.
ありがとうございました。
ここで2分が経過。
いらっしゃいませ。
外れかな。
当社員フィーバータイムだ。皆様今宵は
I forgot. Skip. I just enjoy looking at the cutscenes so much.
当社員お会計ですね。
I should have given a gracious send off. She was fine HP wise.
また来てね。いらっしゃいませ。
いらっしゃいませ。
I have a feeling that she's gonna be too tired at the end of this, but that's fine. You don't need to refresh at all, so I will do gracious send off so I can get some more fans.
そうなんや。ありがとうございました。
But yeah, I'm
楽しんでいってください。
ようこそ。当社員
I'm in that mindset of trying to think about
いらっしゃい。
yeah. Yeah. Sorry.
いらっしゃいませ。お客様。
すみません、お客様。
盛り上がりましょう。
助けを求めてるみたいやが。当社員売り上げがすごいで。
Just trying to improve and be better and think about so many things.
助けを求めてるみたいやが。店長のさりげないフォロー。
I don't think I will be getting another fever.
お願いします。
当社員売り上げが大台になったで。みんな働きもんやな。
また来てくださいね。すみません。ありがとうございました。
はいバッピやで。
Alright. Still not that great, but I still got some more fans and better level ups. Okay, Headmistress is max, Mutafushi is max, so I can move them off the table. There we go. I figured she would be fine to talk right now. I just wanna... I get stressed out, dude. Actually, the mental health stuff that we went over with Celeste the other day actually is interesting. That she thought she solved it, but she didn't. We'll have to see how it continues, or if it continues, or if we're finished. But it's just one of those things that I know that feeling of wanting to be feeling okay, but you really don't. It's really... Oh right, she's a former idol. Of course the paparazzi would still be after her even after the thing. Okay.
はい。ユアがキャバ嬢やってることを記事にするんですかね。
But yeah, I'm just
そうか。ユアはアイドルだったし、記事のネタにされるかもしれない。
that's why, you know, for sure after we're finished with this, I want to talk a little bit, just get some more things out. Obviously, you know, part of the topic's already kind of come up with our conversation thus far, but let's see how I I want to talk a little bit more after as well. But let's again knock out at least the Grand Prix.
ネタにするなんて。
But I want to get all the platinum girls up to max level
世の中には
so that I'm confident that we can really knock this thing out in one shot. I don't have to redo. I don't want to have to see a lose screen.
ありがとうございます。実はちょっと怖かったんです。桐生さんがいてくれるなら。
I gotta charge my watch.
だな。
I'll do that right after this, I suppose.
しかしパパラッチに追われるなんて、ユアはかなり有名なアイドルだったんだな。
そんな有名でもないよ。そこそこだよ。まあでも無名ってわけではなかったかな。
だったらアイドル時代のファンも店に来てくれたりするのか？
うん。昔から応援してくれてる人は今もお客さんで会いに来てくれるよ。特にユアが人気なかった頃から応援してくれてる人はすごく大事にしてるんだ。
Wow. Talk about a separate mood that I'm having right now too. I'm so grateful to, you know, to all my fans, etc. In this case, all my watchers, viewers, all my wonderful watchers. Let's see, which one am I doing? Yeah. And that's kind of another thing, another reason why I want to make sure that I'm doing right by as much people as possible. There are some people that, of course, doing right by does not matter to me in the slightest, and that's only because they don't deserve to be, you know, given that thought. But, you know, all my supporters, all the people who have been, you know, backing me up, helping me out, you know, and, you know, are willing to adjust, to learn, to become better when they're wrong, or to call me out when I'm wrong, you know, all that other jazz. I don't really care. It's just, it is something that I want to do. Like, it's kind of funny that, you know, I'm talking about stuff and look at the mood that comes and smacks me in the face.
夢ですか？ベタベタですけど、可愛いお嫁さんかな？
ほう。結婚願望はあるんだな。
ありまくりですよ。白馬に乗ったいい人がいたら結婚したいな。ユはすっごい尽くすタイプだと思うんです。旦那さんの希望に何でも応えちゃうんだ。
何でも。
あ、参考までに聞きたいんです。
What was with that gulp? Did I miss something? I'm half thinking still on the topic in the back of my brain, talking of overthinking things. That's what the gulp is for. Look at the phrasing on that one. Seriously, Jesus. There we go.
別に何もしてくれなくていいぞ。
え？いいんですか？
そばにいて。笑顔でいてくれればそれでいい。俺が嫁さんに望むとしたらそれだけだ。
You know that was kind of a goal of mine romantically way in the past, was to make enough money so that my wife doesn't have to work. But I have come to the conclusion that that's either impossible or very, very difficult to do. So I revisited that goal, speaking of learning and adjusting, and want to make at least enough money either by myself or with, you know, my significant other, to be able to build our own house, like floor plan and all, not getting a cookie cutter house. I'd like to do that at least before, you know, I stop working, obviously. It'd be really nice to do.
校社員のどんなところが好きなんだ？
You know, I didn't change her hair color. No, I don't think her hairstyle at all. Maybe I did. Maybe I made it the ponytail thing. But it feels like the color doesn't match the color of her eyebrows, and unless she's dyeing her eyebrows, which is a really strange thing. It's weird for me to see dyed eyebrows unless they're trying to dye the eyebrows to match the color that they dye their hair. So maybe it's the reverse. She dyed her hair a little darker, and she didn't dye her eyebrows that were lighter brown? I don't know.
客を大事にするところか？
But it is what it is, and I'm not gonna worry about that.
よくわかりましたね。すごい。ユア検定1級を与えます。
I don't know if I want to be that, but that's okay. Thank you.
前のお店は高級店で。
I mean, you were part of the Millionaires Club, so I would assume that that would be the idea, technically.
だからアイドル時代のファンの人の中にはお店に入れない人もいて。
なるほど。
You know, thinking about it, because I was thinking about how I follow Takanashi Kiara, and she doesn't do that many membership stuff. She's starting to turn it on a little bit by having 1 or 2 membership streams over the weekends. But I'm sitting there like, why don't you do it more often? You know, number one, you know, it makes it worthwhile for the memberships and all that other jazz. But then I realized, oh, you don't want to, this also makes me realize, oh, you don't want to push away the people that are coming in with what little they have to support you, whether it's just the support or if it's further and an actual cash. But it's like, okay, I can only put in like $5 today, and it's not going to be a consistent thing. I can only do it the one time, so here's my $5 super chat, and that's it. You know, so I'm like, oh, okay, so I got to keep that in mind whenever I do my if and whenever I get to the point where I got, you know, subs and all that other jazz. When do I turn certain things on? When do I want to do things specifically for subs or whatever the hell? You know, whatever subs are specifically for the platform I'm on, because since I'm multi-streaming, subs on Twitch versus membership in YouTube. I'm not even sure what it is on Facebook, but either way. So I need to get you up and running. So we're gonna get rid of the headmistress. She is max level. You two are not happy. Man, Yuki's a pro. She's been sitting at that, you know, half. Oop. There we go. These are all maxed out. Yua, come back into play, please. There we go. Miki's back in play. These girls are maxed. Oh dear. I'm down to the bronzes. The reason I want to leave the max girls out is because I want them ready to roll for the competition as far as their mood is concerned. So it's much better for me to do it this way. But yeah, I really want to try and my whole point, like I said with my earlier conversation, I'm gonna keep talking about it, even though I said I'd talk about it a little bit later. But also because there's not much to. You don't like anything. Dude, you just don't like fun. God damn, okay. Let's go with someone who at least is decent. No one is elegant enough, apparently. Oh, nope, she is, but her talk is a little low. But she's a gold, so I'm gonna drop her there, and I'll deal with his fallout later. But anyway, I want to try and be someone who, you know, maybe not give advice, but give, you know, an idea. I want to be... Oh my good, seriously. Not very elegant. See, anybody? No. They all want elegance, and right now I have nobody... Oh, no, Yuki's elegant, but she's busy with her own customer. So I'll leave her alone until she finishes up. Again, they all want elegance. It's so silly because honestly, because I want to be able to, like, again, I mentioned it before, I think on stream, but obviously I do want to make some memories, some I want to improve. Whoa, they're both out at the same time. Jesus. Oh, right, they both are in at the same time because they both have boys on their shoulder at the start. Yeah. But I want to be someone that can really entertain people. She's level 30. Oh, I don't know. Ha ha ha. Okay. I want to be able to hold attention. I want to be able to be a person that everyone can kind of figure things out for. No, you want to refill ice. There we go. Do I have a level 1? Do I have a level 1? There we go. I'm kind of disappointed that this guy down here isn't happy. Just I have this idea in my brain for yeah, go away. Oh, this guy actually wanted Yua. No wonder he was disappointed. Luckily, I kind of adjusted for something else that he could have preferred. No, he's not requesting anything, that's fine. Gracious send-off so that I get more fans. And I see that there's trouble in paradise down here. I rarely have to deal with that, but there we go. Okay, you're at least decent with that. But I'm very happy, I'm very blessed to have the, you know, support that I do from my family, from all you guys. I'm super excited to see what comes next as far as my streaming career is concerned. It's just something that I've always liked to entertain. And I mean that in a general sense, because specifically I'm thinking of growing up, I used to do choir, so I did a lot of singing, and I liked that, and I also did drama. So obviously I know, you want to extend it? Thank you. And I really enjoy it. It's something that is I'm really good. It's really something that I want to try and do more appropriately. I want to try and just play a bunch of games that don't, or if they frustrate me, they frustrate me in an entertaining way. If they, but I want to be able to comment. I want to be able to do things that make it fun for everybody, not just for me. I don't want to just play games. I can do that by myself. I want you guys to be entertained by me. That I provide either a interesting look into the games that you guys already love, or I give you a window into a game that you didn't know you would love, You know, something like that. And I'm very excited to see what we can do together. Yeah.
残り時間はあとは
放射員フィーバータイムだ。いらっしゃいませ。お会計ですね。
But I'm excited for things to come, hopefully. I want to be able to...
また来てくださいね。
You're at the very least
してますよ。
enjoying yourself. Tampopo!
素敵ですね。お願いします。いらっしゃいませ。
All these people hate fun.
お会計ですね。
Probably toss Yuki up there in a second because it will level her up even more.
またお待ちしております。お待ちしてます。可愛いね。
お会計ですね。
Alright. Because I'm really trying to make sure that everything is golden here. Oh, he had a request.
超お金持ちが
Probably it was Yua.
行くぜ。パーティーはこれからだ。
おもろいな。
I had lower stats, made it harder to do. But yeah. I keep thinking about how I can do things better for y'all. Like I redid the stream setup a little bit. I'm also rethinking the stream setup a little further, just to see where I could be. Okay. I think everybody's good because everybody's either max out or in their 30s for the people that I can actually take into the final battle. But before that, let's finish up this sub story, shall we?
桐生さん。
But before I do that, let's I'm gonna put my watch to charge real quick. It's kind of important, so because if not, it's not gonna do the kind of tracking for my health stuff that I want to try and do. So I will be right back. Give me a second, all right, guys? All right. But one of the things, I don't want to be famous. There's no point in that, really, because it brings up a lot more trouble than it's worth. I mean, you a case in point. I just want to be able to it sounds weird to say, but I guess have a relationship with my viewers, my fans of whatever stripes, to be able to just kind of have you guys there to be, like I said, just enjoying just what you see, and that I'm not sitting here boring your ass. That's kind of why I stopped streaming for a bit, if I'm being totally candid, because of how much we were struggling in Final Fantasy XIV, which was the major stream point that I was doing at the time. And it was embarrassing. I wasn't having fun, and I felt like if I'm not having fun, then definitely you guys aren't having fun. Because there's frustration like Celeste last night, where I was trying to keep focus without my meds and get all the moves down, etc., and getting frustrated. But that kind of frustration is, you know, number one, all on me. Number two, it's very clearly a thing that, you know, kind of an extension of the fact that I'm, you know, off my meds to some degree. But the kind of thing, like, I was on my meds and all that other stuff, and I was still not having fun. I was getting frustrated, and you guys don't want to hear that. I'm sure you guys aren't entertained by that. And if you are, then I'm sorry for taking away your content, but I'm going to assume that the majority of people actually really don't care to see me that frustrated. Oh no. With a title like that, I think I know where this is going. I always feel like there's a DMCA. Oh right, this thing doesn't have actually a... I swear to God, the Kiryu is the most out of character when he does these little things, because it's so bass backwards to me. Like, he jokes more often, though. If it's more jokes, then it's fine, because it's one of those things. Okay, it's out of character, but maybe he's just more relaxed than usual, and that's fine. But whenever he starts hitting on these girls, I'm kind of like, originally I was kind of like, I don't feel like he's the kind of guy that would fall in love again after what happened in the last game. I was proven incorrect with the main story. He actually likes Kaoru a lot. But then the question is, why is he hitting on these other girls when he likes Kaoru as much as he does? All right, time to mess up a paparazzo. There he is. In case you didn't know, by the way, singular paparazzi is paparazzo. Or you could be absolutely wrong and you're taking a picture of her and her floor manager and you're a freaking idiot. This is why paparazzo don't get taken seriously and are just there for scandal. I wonder what the laws for this kind of thing are in Japan, because I know in America you get a lot of leeway so long as you're not all up in their face. And you're not taking pictures on private property. Yeah. See, this is the thing about scandal, is that sometimes whatever comes out first is what's considered the truth, even if it's a lie. I forget who it was. Okay, let me rephrase that. I don't forget who it was that I heard this from. I know exactly who it was, but I'm not gonna say their name because it's not worth anything. But their take on when scandal breaks is actually quite genius. Especially the kind of internet scandal that kind of pops up every now and again. Whenever you do like a twit longer, or you put it on somewhere that has a longer, character count than Twitter does, to be able to put your full thoughts on it, great. It adds to the flavor of whatever the scandal of this, that, or the other is. Fine. But where's the meat to the bones, right? Evidence. I want to see where, what is this, that, and the other. That's what's most important. I'm going to skip over your flowery text because that's really all it is if you have no evidence. If you have evidence, then the flowers, much like on a sakura tree, right? On a cherry blossom tree, the flowers enhance the tree. It makes it even better. But the flowers by themselves are basically dead petals, especially within the week. They're beautiful, but without the tree, they're nothing, And the tree on its own is not pretty, but it's what's necessary for those flowers to bloom. By the way, the analogy was mine, not the person who came up with the thought process on scandal type things. But it's interesting how sometimes the scandal blows out of control and then the truth never comes out, because what came out first is what is considered to be true, even though it's not. Or let me rephrase that. It's considered to be true, even though it might not be. Not to say that all scandals when they first break aren't true, because they may be. Who knows? But that's why you need to take a look deeper and find the evidence. Otherwise, you're dragging somebody's name through the mud for no reason other than clout, and it's stupid, In my opinion. Wait a second. This is 2006. 2006. Kiryu actually has a point. Back in 2006, that might be true. You won't have any evidence other than pictures. No one's really gonna. The majority of people are not going to believe that it's true without further evidence. Nowadays, not as true. Proof from whom? Okay. Oh, right. The joke of me going into the bathroom with her and saying that I'll protect you. Yeah, that sounds super romantic. Yeah. But again, I know in American law, there's laws against, being recorded without your consent. Or let me rephrase that. Being recorded without your knowledge. There's a reason why whenever you phone like a tech support, they say this call may be recorded for quality and training purposes. It's for that, but it's also to let you know that you're being recorded. Because if you didn't know you were being recorded, you could sue the company, and they were recording you. You could sue the company for recording a conversation that you thought was private. But they say that for two things. First off, to let you know, the purpose is more for that, but there's a secondary purpose that's not as important, but it's there. It's for protecting themselves from by letting you be aware that there is that the conversation is being recorded. But again, we are in Japan. Not only are we in Japan, but we're in Japan in 2006. I'm not sure what the laws are there, so. You would actually know about the law, so I'm going to trust that it is illegal. Wait a minute. You take out the context and look what happens. This is why context is key. This is why I say looking at trailers is only spoilerific when they have the context in play. When there's no context, most of those things get to be garbage. But you know, the only exception to that, as far as trailers, is comedy movies. If in comedy movies they put all the best jokes in the trailer to get you to go watch the movie, they spoiled the movie because the rest of the jokes don't land as hard. You know? That's the only exception to context not being key. But like whenever somebody says spoilers for like a story beat, it's like, what context do I have for the story? If I have enough context for the story, like let's say I'm playing Final Fantasy 14. Like a lot of people don't like to say, don't spoil the Final Fantasy 14 for the new players. It's a good story, which I agree. But if I say, wait till you see Y'shtola later, if you like her now. There are some people out there that are gonna cry spoilers, but it's just like, there's nothing in that statement that tells the person that I'm talking to what's gonna happen. They have no clue. The only reason it's a spoiler to you is because you have the context in your brain of what I'm meaning in one way, shape, or form. Context is key. That I knew was gonna happen, and yeah, again, context. That last one though, if they say that he's the manager, although again, context is key. Those first two sound bites, followed by that third sound bite. Yeah. And how did you get like? Okay, she's got the listening device in her in her idol dress or whatever. I'm calling it the idol dress because that's what she should be wearing. In 2006, was there a recorder that could record from that distance? It'd be interesting to note. That last one again, on its own means nothing. In the context of the first two statements means everything. So it's very, very interesting to see. Agreed. Also, I mean, at this point, Forshine is making a shit ton of money. How much are they paying you for that? And how much could I pay you to not? You know? Granted, gameplay means that I'm not going to pay him off. Okay, this guy... didn't even touch me. What a joke. Again, gameplay says that needs to happen. Makes complete sense. I say, if this was real life, okay, how much is he paying you to get this information? That much? Okay, let me pay you a little bit more. Of course, this is where we haggle for the information at that point, and then, you know, it goes away. Because honestly, this is assault in like, again, from the United States perspective, this would be assault, and there would be probably enough evidence of the assault to it would be assault to the point where, you know, he would sue you over something else, and it would be a big use of money that was not worth the time. I mean, that's fair. I mean, it's probably not pictures of her. Except for pictures of her with Kiryu would be the only one. I'm sure that that's not quite the case. Yeah, that's what I thought. It was gonna be part because she doesn't trust Kiryu with them, and part because, you know, she gets to use it. Okay, so let's see something here. Are we good enough? Because we're over level 30, like I said. We have 4,000 more fans than the league champ does. First, let's make sure the club management is all set. Oh, nice. The 2 plats I've been leaving in are still decent enough. See, yeah, I think we'll be good. I think we'll be good. The headmistress gets liked a lot. And Watanabe is popular, so we'll go with this lineup. But first things first. As I mentioned, I really don't want to see the game over screen on this. Not that this matters to anything, but... Okay, now. Let's hit it. Y'all ready for this? Because I'm as ready as I'm gonna be. Why? Aniki. I mean, why not? Yeah, no. If you knew Aniki like I do, he doesn't do anything halfway. So it's in Booty Sunshine, which, by the way, has been closed for a while. How are you guys making money? I mean, that's fair. I mean, people talk about a bunch of different legends in different fields. They don't have to be... He's so short by comparison, I love it! I love when they keep that kind of... Alright, 4 of my girls already start with freaking girls. Wait, she gets a... Oh, nice. I love this. This is amazing. All my platinums are out to play. Oh, nope, I take it back. That's fine.
助けを求めてるみたいやが
We'll take that.
店長の
We're still winning by money, so it doesn't matter.
失礼します
Alright, we're skipping that because I don't care.
かわいいじゃないか助けを求めてるみたいやがケリュウちゃんがナイスサポートや
失礼しますフォーシャインフィーバータイムだいらっしゃいます
And it knocked them down a little bit, which is nice, and it should refresh some of my girls, so that's nice. Oh, you want a party, boy? I got you a party. Go for it. Kill it. Kill it, Aika.
お会計
I
です
can't Yeah. Go ahead. Get out of here, headmistress. You're very tiring.
お会計ですね
延長で
ご延長ありがとうございますお会計ですね
延長で
ご延長ありがとうござい
Good.
ます
ありがとうございました。
ようこそフォーシャイン
助けを求めてるみたいやがここで1分が経過しました
Koyuki.
よろしく助けを求めてるみたいやが店長のさりげないフォロ
失礼します
All right, let's see. So far, I'm killing it, at least as far as the sales goes.
お会計ですね
I need her for future things.
ーフォーシャインついにこれが
フォーシャインフィーバータイムだいらっしゃいませお会計ですね
すごいで
In case I lose, I'm gonna give a big send off. It's unlikely, but it's okay.
お会計ですね
I'm hoping all these things I'm giving the girls aren't eating that much into my profits. I'm almost 2 mil over. Yeah, let's give a fresh girl in there. Oh no, you have a request though.
いらっしゃいませ
You requested somebody. I'm gonna give you your requested girl. You're not requesting anybody in particular. So I'll give you someone who's fresh.
ようこそフォーシャイン
売り上げが大台になったで
いらっしゃいませ。
働きもんやな
お会計ですね
All right, let's see. Let's see. Come on.
いらっしゃいませ
She's topped off. I don't know why she's not using the.
店長のさりげないフォロ
There she goes. That's fine. You want Shoko. But I will give you Shoko.
ようこそフォーシャイン
ー盛り上がってきちゃったよ
You're not requesting anybody in particular.
可愛いじゃないか。
いらっしゃいませ。
可愛いな。
Yuki!
残り時間わずか。スパートか
Let's see.
ようこそ。当社にお会計
助けを
です。
求めてるみたいやが。店長のさりげないフォロー。
Alright, 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 alright.
キララの活躍でオーシャインにダ
フィーバータイムだ。
乗り切ることはできるか。
いらっしゃいませ。
That bitch thinks she's gonna kick me out of this race. She needs to wake up and smell the back of my hand.
お会計ですね。
これは超お金持ち
Let's see if I can get the oil baron to
パーティーは
make up most of my funds that I gave to the girls for recovery.
楽しいですね。どこのドイツへ。
We had less guests, but they spent more money.
俺たちの勝利だ。
I think the special bonus is unfair, but I still spent less, even on the presents. I spent... But I got... Yeah, look at that. I still win just by food and drink sales. That tells you every... And less guests. That tells you everything you need to know. And the winner is... By the way, I have a question. If the other guy, if Bono was the inside mole, why did he keep giving wins to Forshine entirely? Despite everything else. Oh well. I guess it
そうだな。
gotta take D cover, man. I do like the fact that the girls are a little bit more down to earth to some degree. See? Even... And this is Majima talking. He's always dealing in mostly absolutes because he's that insane. There can only be one legend. Two legends of the business. Come on, man. He said he sold his soul to the devil. Who did he sell it to? Okay. No. all the girls fine. They do their job, but this guy not being an asshole, I don't like. Ah, yes. Okay, so he's not fully redeemed. I'm glad for that. Yep. All right. Apparently I can actually get my hands on Kirara.
いや、
ちょ、
はあ。
Oh. I mean, with this lineup, I can fill up the entire. I mean, like with the previous lineup too, I can fill up the entirety of the seats with plats and. No. That's actually kind of cute. Which, I'm not sure if this means anything other than defending the title, I guess. Where's Kirara? Ah, there she is, right in front. Let me just see if there's anything else that gets unlocked from the dress up Barbie thing. Of course, all these old ones. Nope, nothing new unlocked. What about hairstyles? Nah. Nara. Narita. So I guess at this point it's just a money sink or money pool, I guess. Yeah, she's tired as heck. Alright. Well, that's that for now. Well, that be what it be for now. That was pretty good. The stories were really nice. I know that technically there's story around Kirara, but I really don't care at this point. I'm at least happy that Kanzaki didn't fully redeem himself. I'm kind of like, it seemed like it was going to go that direction. I was just like, oh no, I don't like this. But it's fine. I'm not going to worry about it too much. Yeah. I just really hope that I could my brain words are hard. Anyway, let's I don't want to do this. Ika. I think I'll leave it at that for now. I'm not worried about it. But I am really hoping that I can, if I was ever an asshole in the past that I need to atone for something, that I can atone for it without getting like blindsided. I want to be able to learn from my mistakes, not get crushed by them. Because mistakes are just that, mistakes. If you're willing to learn from your mistakes, then it's worthwhile to adjust and be better. Again, at the root of everything is that, are you willing to learn from your mistakes? If you're not, then there's no point. If you're not willing to learn from your mistakes, then there's really no point. But if you are willing to learn from your mistakes, then, you know, you could be the best you can be. It's frozen because I'm resetting the thing so we can hide the background again. But yeah, I want to be able to be as good as possible for everything. I want to be, again, the best I can be. So if I need to be called out at any one point in time, then fine. Let me be called out. I want to improve. So long as I'm allowed to improve, I don't care. Well, not that I don't care, because it depends on whether or not I should improve. Because obviously everything is 75% what is fact, and then 25% what is perception. And unfortunately, as we were discussing with the paparazzo, perception becomes fact if there's no fact to back up the perception. So it's a problem. It's the one thing that I fear about this particular part of the business per se. But it's not something that I fear to the degree that is like paralyzing, because I feel that the friends that I've made so far, that the fans and followers, subscribers, you know, et cetera, depending on platform, all y'all have been real good to support me. But I am here for you guys. I want to be able to create content that obviously I can have fun with. That's very clear to me, you know, top, bottom, and left, right, the whole 9 yards. But I'm also wanting to create content for you guys to enjoy yourselves. I don't want to be this lofty goal of being out of touch with my, you know, the people who've supported me over the longest period of time. You guys have been a great help to me, both, you know, in furthering my entertainment dream and in, you know, just being great people. You know, I have right now the best fans that I could ask for. You know, bots that keep, you know, jumping in notwithstanding, obviously, but they don't count. I hope to keep doing this for a very long time, whether or not it becomes financially viable to do so, whether it's just going to keep being my hobbyist nature of this, or whether it's going to be something that is a nice little side gig to everything else, or maybe something more, but I'm in it for you guys for the most part. If I'm in it for myself in any degree, it's because I like to entertain you guys. I don't want, let me rephrase that, I don't need anything from you guys except for to have fun. It's one of the reasons why that's one of the rules that I have in Discord alongside a bunch of other things. It's what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. It's been a tough day. I had a lot to think about, and it's been really heavy on my mind. And I don't know if it's probably the ADHD that's causing it. That one of the things that my ex kept saying is that I don't properly voice my thoughts to the point where she thought, you know, I didn't care, even though I made it, you know, I put it blunt, succinctly, you know, what my feelings on her at the time were. Actually, you know what? Let's do something here. I'm gonna kill this sound. Let's put, like I said, today's gonna be a short day anyway. And I have always been of the opinion, I've read a number of things, both given to me by my mom when I was diagnosed, alongside, you know, some things I found since. I found actually a real good artist on Twitter. I think her tag is ADHD Alien or something like that. I can't recall. But she, or they, to be fair, they have this really interesting, and maybe just because they've talked to enough, you know, therapists, etc., to be able to make me understand a lot of ADHD, of my ADHD and everything about it. The fact that it takes a lot to be able to talk and open up about the problems, if there are any, or even just general thoughts. One of the jokes that me and my ex used to have, because it was something from a stand-up comedian about guys in their nothing box. That, you know, when girls ask, hey, what are you thinking about? Nothing. You know, and sometimes it is that. Sometimes it is just me. I'm just kind of like spaced out and not thinking about anything. But sometimes I'm thinking about so many things that are just not relevant. And I don't feel like it really should land on anyone else to hear about it. Even, you know, my loved ones. It just didn't feel right. And it's a lot of that, you know? And I guess one of the things that I'm gonna have to do, if only just to continue to be able to talk, right? To you guys, even during downtimes like now, like during the training arc that we did a little bit earlier with, is just to voice my own thoughts on certain things. I want you guys to be able to come to me and be entertained, but I'd also like to teach, even if it's something simple like, oh, if you didn't know, you know, this is how it is in Japan in the case of stuff from Yakuza. Oh, if you didn't know, you know, that's a nice little reference to yada yada stuff that because I've been a jack of all trades forever. I love a lot of different information. I've been watching history YouTube. I've been watching mythology stuff. I've been watching words, true crime, a bunch of different things, law, and I enjoy learning new things. It's always fun for me, and I hope that I could maybe impart that same thing. Like, trust me, I understand learning in school sucks. It's the way that the learning system works in school. It's not that great. It really isn't at the end of the day. But if I could teach in a way that is entertaining enough that you guys could learn something new, it'd be great. But I don't know what I'd want to talk about off the top of my head now, other than bringing up anecdotal stuff. I mean, if Crony is the reference queen, then I want to be like the anecdote king, I guess. That might be the better way for me to go about teaching, unless I have a particular topic I want to go deep dive into. I don't know. It's maybe what I should do at some point, just for the sake of it. I mean, also would benefit me in this career, is to have a just talk stream where we just kind of talk. But I need to have a topic, because obviously I'm not going to get early on, at the very least, I won't get that much chatter from you guys in regards to whatever topic I decide to select. But eventually maybe I will, and it'll be nice. But still have a topic so that you guys know what we're talking about. And I'd like to improve my streams overall. I'm hoping that tonight's stream, because I redid some of the settings, we're now at 720p, but I'm doing it at 60 instead of the 1080 at 60, just to help with bandwidth. Hopefully a lot less frames dropped. Hopefully audio is a lot better. I have no idea. I'll have to find out later from y'all. And I'm willing to take some hints, criticism, in the way of like, hey, you could do this to improve, your entertainment value. You can do that to improve your writing, the way, you run your games. When I finally get around to doing the tabletop stuff, oh my god, I still gotta do that stuff. But I should probably just, I don't know. You guys are both the best and worst therapists, because you listen very well, but you don't give any good feedback. At least not yet. But I love it. We'll improve. We'll both improve as we go along, and hopefully we'll get to a point where, I won't have to panic over that kind of stuff. It'll be, in a way, wonderful. And I'm looking forward to it. So, what do we have to look forward to in the streams ahead? Because if I haven't made it clear by yesterday's stream, ERC is taking, at the very least, an extended break, if not a permanent break, and I'll have to find a new raid group for Endwalker. So, in the short term, I do want to do some Final Fantasy XIV, keep myself in the rhythm of that, because Endwalker is coming up soon. It's coming up in like 2 months, a little more than 2 months. So I will be doing Final Fantasy XIV streams at least once a week, if not twice, just to keep my rhythm going with that, and so I'm aware of whatever mechanics are in place right before we switch over to the brand new mechanics of Endwalker. That's going to be a thing. So secondarily, we're going to be continuing Celeste. We're at least going to get all the way through to the summit, because I would need to get the crystal hearts for the core. And then we'll go and continue on with Yakuza. Metroid is coming up next month. Metroid Dread. And I'm definitely going to be picking that up, because if you weren't aware, I am a big sucker for Metroidvanias. The exploration and all that other jazz. I'd like to see the former director of a bunch of both the best games of Metroid and the worst game of Metroid, and see how he handles an executive production role. To be fair, I've technically already seen that in Samus Returns, but that was a remake. I want to see a fresh game and see how that rolls. But that's going to be started up next month when it comes out. I know that I wanted to do the remake of System Shock, but that at least got delayed from what I could tell. Let me bring it up real quick. I think that got delayed until the end of this year. Yeah, released on December 30th. So that one won't be coming until next year. I'm not sure if it got delayed until then or if that was always the case and I read December as September for some reason in my brain case. Honestly, it's super likely, but that's going to be something we're definitely going to take a look at because, number one, I played the hell out of BioShock. I played a lot of the original System Shock. In fact, I still have the original System Shock, or at least I have the enhanced edition. And I do have System Shock 2, so we might want to take a look at that. Although some of that will be spoilers for System Shock. Soma. I had Soma for a while. And okay, there are 4 games. 4 games. I'm going to put 2 of those together. The types of games that I love, and I will play the hell out of whenever I get the opportunity. First and foremost, games with good story. That's the thing that I collapse 2 into, but if it has a good story, even if it's a story that's kind of under the surface, a la Metroid Prime or Dark Souls or something like that, where the story's not very clear, but there is something there for you to latch onto. Also, to the other extent, there is obviously good story like Final Fantasy XIV, where it's all explicit, or at least mostly explicit, and it's a fun story. Yes, those are the kind of games I love to play. Metroidvanias, as I mentioned, is the other game. And the third game is I love horror games. We played previously on stream Resident Evil 3 and Resident Evil 4. 2 and 3. Threes, come on, man. 2 and 3. So if the 4 remake that has been rumored happens, I really don't think 4 needs a remake. If it needs a remake, it needs kind of like a remake in the way of, we're just going to redo the graphics. Upres is not enough to really give this game enough credit. It needs to be just redone from the ground up. But everything, the mechanics, the systems, and all that needs to remain exactly the same, in my opinion. But just like an upres of the graphics, but like a proper upres, like we're just going to redo the graphics from scratch type thing. Because I think that 4 is as close to a perfect Resident Evil as it gets, especially when they decided to swap out how the Resident Evil formula was going to work after 3. After Code Veronica, actually, to be fair. But yeah, horror. And me seeing Soma in my list here means that I gotta go do that. I bought that a while ago, and I need to play it at some point. What else do I have? I played Dead Space before. Oh, we gotta go back and finish Mass Effect. Speaking of story-based games. God damn, I have too many games. I need to finish Alien Isolation. I did that years ago. Started that. Axiom Verge, as far as Metroidvanias. I have Alan Wake. Did that ever come back to stores? Because I bought that before it came down. I've done fighting games, but I don't know. While I have fun with them, I've never improved enough. I got the Final Fantasy bit remakes. I need to go do those 2. I have Final Fantasy 15. That was gifted me a while ago. I need to go play that. Metal Gear Rising, speaking of like good story games, not because Metal Gear Solid, because it's not that kind of good story. It's the kind of good story of like an interesting take on the same universe, right? And then its mechanics are real fun because it's freaking Platinum Games. They know how to do those beat 'em ups to like a huge level. Like, oh, speaking of horror, I did pick up Resident Evil 7. I need to give that a try, if only just because I need to see whether or not I get motion sick like I did when I first saw gameplay for it. It was all done in VR because that was what they were pushing at the time. And I was just getting so motion sick watching somebody else play, but I was just like, I don't know if it's because of the VR or if it's because somebody else is playing it and thus, you know, my mind wants to go a different way from where they're going and it throws my motion sickness into a tizzy. Either way, it's something that I'd like to do. Oh, going back to another Metroidvania, I got Toho Luna Nights. I started playing that a little bit, but I should probably play it for stream. I got too many games that I want to play for stream. And obviously, at the end of it all, if you guys have any recommendations on what kind of games you want to see me play, because so long as it's something that I might find entertaining myself, because again, I feel like if I don't find it entertaining for me, you guys aren't going to find me playing it entertaining. It's like if you came and told me to go play Apex or Fortnite or whatever, it's just like, I'm not a big first-person shooter kind of guy. Like, I'll play first-person games and even first-person games that are shooters, but those kind of games don't interest me in the same way. And I think it probably, that, if I was to psychoanalyze myself again, probably comes from the fact that I tend to blame other people for issues faster than I'll blame myself. Final Fantasy 14's been like the only game that hasn't let me do that, because I can see when I make a mistake and it's very clear to me. It's why I did swimming, or did well in swimming, because of the fact that it was a game or a sport that, with the exception of relays, the only one I could blame was myself, because I'm the one doing the swimming. Whereas like any other team related game, and that's why I like, I guess as far as multiplayer games, fighting games are probably the ones that I like the most, outside of MMORPGs at this point, just because of the fact I can only blame myself for the issue. Anyway, let's see what else I've got on this list of, oh my god, I have too many games to play. I got a ping from Show actually a while back, speaking of games that I need to play. Oh, Outer Worlds is something I need to hit up. Carrion. But I got a ping from Show a while back, revolving around the remake of, again going back to story-based games, remake of Knights of the Old Republic. I like Star Wars games a lot, to a certain degree. I've never been a fan of Battlefront, and that's blanket statement. Even when it was the most popular Star Wars game out there, it just wasn't something that interested me. I preferred playing, like, the only first-person shooter Star Wars game I loved to play was Dark Forces series. So Dark Forces 2 Jedi Knight, Dark Forces 3 Jedi Outcast, and then Jedi Academy, which was basically a spiritual Dark Forces 4. Although, Dark Forces 3, I said Dark Forces 3 Jedi Outcast, but it was Jedi Knight 2 Jedi Outcast. They took the subtitle from the second Dark Forces game, and they made it the proper title for the next game, which was a little weird. I don't know. Like I said, if it's a game that I feel like it would be interesting to play, or at the very least I wouldn't mind doing a short little gameplay stint of it. Like, even for certain non-MMO first-person shooters, I wouldn't mind, you know, taking a look to see what's up. Just because it'd be interesting. Oh, I picked up Disgaea and Disgaea 2. I beat both of those games, but I wouldn't mind playing those again. But considering that I beat both those games before, it's probably not going to be as entertaining. I never beat that game, and I have that. Indiana Jones and the Fate of Atlantis if we want to play an old school adventure game with nonsensical, like, point and clickiness. Woo! Outlast for another horror game. I should actually play that again, yeah. I say again, I never played it. I bought it, or I got it for free. I can't remember. I acquired Outlast at one point, and I have not played it yet, despite my love for horror games. What else? 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 I got World of Final Fantasy at some point. Oh my goodness, just kill me now. I have way too much stuff to stream and not enough time. Although nowadays I probably would have enough time now, wouldn't I? I could turn down one of my Final Fantasy 14 streams to once a week, and we can make use of that. I could have, the only reason I would still do, twice a week Yakuza is because we have a lot of games to go through in Yakuza. We have at least 4 more games, if not 5. Depends on whether or not I can easily get my hands on Like a Dragon. So those are going to remain 2 a week. And then I could do other games, like, I'll figure it out. Maybe I'll talk to Sho, figure out if what would be the best in that regard. Just because it is something that I'd like to get forward. Bloodstained Symphony in the Night. God damn it. No, I gotta stop. Yeah, anyway, thank you all for actually hanging out with me right now. Or hanging out with me tonight, despite, not much happening tonight. I just wanted to finish this piece. It was kind of important. Just because it's one of the parts that I had a lot of fun with, even on stream with you guys. And, yeah, I really, really want to be able to entertain you guys. So, if you guys have suggestions, a lot of places you can reach me. I have a Twitter, as mentioned at the top, with the fact that I saw stuff in Twitter. I have a Facebook page, and if you are watching me on Facebook and don't know that, I don't know what to tell you right now. And I have an Instagram. I have a TikTok, though I don't really use it that much, but I do have one. And there's Discord. I do have a Discord. It's on the site at TenebrisTenshi.com, which I was able to procure the domain for that. I just have to figure out how I'm going to update some other things, because I'd like to be able to use that as a subdomain of sorts. Anyway, not a big deal for now. But for the time being, yeah, so there's a bunch of places you can reach me. Hit me up if you have any suggestions on what you'd like to see me play. I still reserve final judgment on the things that I play on stream. Just keep that in mind. Though some of which are going to be budgetary constraints, and some of which are going to be, entertainment constraints, as I mentioned. I'm only going to play first-person shooters that I would prefer to play. I would have picked up, I either known about them, or if I had the money to do so. And then, I don't know. I'm rambling. My ADD brain is going at 1,000,000 miles per hour now. But yeah, just don't get your hopes up just because you suggest a game that you'd like to see me play. That I'll definitely play it. But if we can get ourselves good traction, then, sky's the limit, guys. But like I said, follow me on all the social media. You'll see it in the chat right when we finish up. And you guys have all been 10 out of 10 with me, and I will see you guys come tomorrow for Final Fantasy 14. Since we skipped Tuesday, we're doing it tomorrow, and I'm going to take my meds. So we're going to make a pass at E12 with or without other friends that may still want to raid that stuff. I will make the attempt to hit up PF at least for like an hour or so to figure stuff out. Either way, you guys have a wonderful, wonderful evening. Or morning, or day, wherever you're at. Have a good one.